Hello, we are live. Hello. You know, you would think by day 4 or 5 of this that I would have been able to like start looking at the camera. We are going into our final tribal council because we have Leah, who won individual immunity and now has to make the decision of who she is bringing to the end to sit and plead their case against the jury. I think it's kind of iconic that you've got the last two Cocoa Puffs who have been duking it out, working together, KP and Declan, this whole time, and now I don't think either of them maybe foresaw that it's gonna be between one of them. So Leah, I don't know if she saw herself being in this position of power, but it's definitely interesting. So let's see who she brings to the end and becomes our final tribal council members.
Bring in our jury. Congrats, final three. It's been a long journey.
Yeah.
Leah, this is a unique tribal council, right? Where, unlike the other ones, you've got all the power here. You're making a decision who you're sitting next to at final two.
Yeah.
What's your thought process with, not necessarily talking specifically or if you'd like to, but what's going through your head in terms of that decision?
I will say right now I feel like I'm like 85% decided. If I'm over there for a while, I'm sorry. But yeah, my thought process is just kind of like who I think played a similar game to mine and who I think I can persuade the jury better than.
So Declan, you obviously want to be sitting with her at the end. What was your case as to why she should bring you?
Yeah, I think the majority of my case was that throughout, there are multiple times at the final 12 vote, the first vote this morning, and the final 6 vote today, in addition to other moments where my life was in Leah's hands, and the only reason I made it through that round was because Leah stood her feet in the ground and said, no, I'm actually not going to do this other thing that's happening. She was willing to go to rocks for me before we knew that it wasn't actually going to be rocks. Like, Leah's ability to be stubborn, to ignore the touchy subjects being called a goat thing and know that what she was doing was the right move is incredibly strong, because I simply, there's no way I would have gone here if Leah didn't stick to what she knew was best for her.
Same question for you, KP.
Yeah, I feel similarly that Leah had such an incredible game, and you can really only talk about those differences that Leah talked about, is wanting to see the differences between her game and the other person's game when it comes to loyalties maintained, when it comes to alliances made on first day that existed. Do you want to make that person the person that you bring when a lot of votes were on the same page, when a lot of things were on the same page? Or do you want to bring, someone that's never had a necklace, or just finding the differences, somebody that wasn't on the right side of every vote? So you try and pitch your differences as benefits.
What about the jury composition, Leah? Have you had a moment at all to look across and say, does it matter if I put one of these versus the other one over there?
Yeah, definitely. I think regardless of who I pick, we all generally feel like it'll be relatively close vote. I don't think it's going to be like a runaway vote with any of us. And I spent a lot of time in my head, like the past day, I feel like just kind of thinking of who was on the jury and kind of what their thoughts were, and if they hated me or if they didn't hate me. They hated KP, they didn't hate KP, they hated Declan, they didn't hate Declan. So it's been a lot of thinking, and I'm so emotionally drained, and I'm just ready to just like finally get there.
It's fair. If there's anything else you need to say?
I have one thing. Samotion was my dream challenge. I think I told a lot of people that. I didn't think I was gonna win it, and I'm like shocked that I won it.
We all know it, but I'll just say the formalities. KP, Declan, you can only vote for each other, so there's no point going up. Leah, you're gonna cast the only vote, and if you need a little extra time, feel free.
It'll be cool.
All right, let's get to it. Go ahead, Leah.
We love it. Love it all around. I love that. All right. This is it. Our final vote out of the season. Isaiah, you want to come over here? You're just smiling to yourself.
So I haven't really like talked about it, but to the stream at all. But like Leah's like my personal friend. Like I was the one who got her to do this, so I'm just very like over the moon right now. Yeah, I'm just very over the moon for her, and so that's why I'm just kind of just like reveling in like watching her do this.
He
Yeah.
also got me to play, but I didn't get as far.
But I still did amazing. I knew that she would. Yeah, so it's just really surreal to see, and I think she's against some really great competition. And I'm excited to see, because again, I don't talk to her, I don't get to see what's inside her head, so I'm interested to see what she's been thinking.
She does have a very heavy choice.
Because again, these are both very, very strong competitors, whether they've been more public with their game, or I feel like Declan, or I feel like KP's been a little bit more under the radar, as that's where she got into touchy subjects, right?
But also different sides of the votes too. So it's like, does she go with someone who's, like she said, played a similar game that she can out-talk, or does she go with somebody who played a different game? Maybe they're the best, because I do think Declan and KP represent that. I think Declan and Leah played a very close game, the second half of the game, and I think KP was definitely on the other side of the coin. So it's very interesting to see.
And I absolutely love the three of these people. Like,
Oh, she's on her way back.
oh god.
All right, this is it.
I'll go get the vote.
Alright, this is it. Share some love with Declan, Leah, and KP, please. They have fought so hard to get here. Please give them some love. This is absolutely amazing. We love to see it. I can't eat them. We love them.
Yes, the potatoes.
Give them some love. Let's do that.
Yeah, no, it is.
Alright. John is coming back with the final vote out of season 11.
Final member of our jury, Declan.
crowned winner of SC11.
All right, we're gonna give you guys some minutes to gather your thoughts in terms of what you want to say to the jury at the end to plead your case. We'll give you some time off to yourself. We'll bring the jury back in, and then we'll turn over to them to start getting the information they need.
Estimation of time or not?
Yeah, this much.
Okay.
All right, there you have it. Declan was our last person voted out of SC11, meaning KP and Leah will be battling it out at Final Tribal Council. So exciting, so exciting. Great game, yes. Declan had a great game, absolutely amazing, so phenomenal. Oh, I hate to see it, you know, especially because like Final 3, you're like, but I would have been there. So, we're gonna come back with all of the fun when it comes to Final Tribal Council, so don't go away, maybe 10-15 minutes tops. So please stick around so you can come back here and watch Final Tribal Council.